Hey everybody, it's your boy MC Amazing coming at you with another TV FGC news spot starting right now. So for our first story, the Soul Calibur community has come together to do something extraordinary recently. In the wake of EVO being canceled, they have come together to create Soul Calibur Without Borders. They're throwing in an invitational tournament for 9 different regions. The prize pool is $100 per each of the 9 regions. They also have a match in Reno to raise funds for the tourney where half raised will go to the charity Doctors Without Borders. Links to the match in Reno will be down below. Soul Calibur is a great game that we here at TV FGC really love, especially your boy MC Amazing, especially my man, Astaroth, always yelling, "You filthy maggots!" This should be a great event, and it's really great to see the community make something so amazing. For our next story, Street Fighter is set to announce some important news this coming August 5th with the announcement of their summer update event. Now we're really hoping it could be some netcode announcements to go along with the already expected character announcements. Now if you guys remember, last month we discussed some of the problems with the netcode that IDOM had during one of the CPT events. But we're not sure if there will be any netcode announcements with Street Fighter 6 expected on the horizon, and this being the last season of Street Fighter 5. Tell us what you think of the possible netcode improvements for Street Fighter 5 and the prospect of Street Fighter 6 in the comment section down below. In our next segment, we recently had a chance to sit down with Collision's FGC director, John Villapando. They are a DFW-based collective that are throwing their upcoming Collision's Game du Jour tournament for the next 2 months in August and September. We had a chance to sit down with John to discuss the tournament, the FGC, and the Collision's team that has been pressing on during this time. Well everybody, that's the last you'll be seeing of me this week, so make sure you like, subscribe, and share the video to spread the word about TV FGC. And also, make sure you put your comments, questions, and concerns in the comments section down below. And somebody will read them, not me of course, because my dog ate my YouTube app. Well everybody, as always, this is your boy MC Amazing. Love, peace, and hair grease, and make sure you stay tuned for the John Villapando interview coming up right now.
We recently decided to do a new tournament series. It's called Collision's Game du Jour. The idea was that after doing Rivals and after doing a lot of different things and just kind of hanging out with a group, we found out that so many of the guys wanted to play a bunch of different games. So we've got guys who play Tekken, we've got guys who main Smash, just a lot, like a huge genre of games. And so we thought, hey, how do we get people to try different games? And people were already kind of doing this, like somebody would just be on general and they'd just be like, hey, like, I'm playing this game, does anybody want to play? And we'd be like, oh, like, several of the guys from the group all really like this game. Why don't we do something where we kind of poll the group, figure out what people are playing or want to play, and then let's put it all together and do this like mashup of themed month or themed 2 months. So basically every month for the next 2 months, we're doing 2 different games. So this month, as you guys already know, it's gonna be Uni and Sam Show. Next month, we have yet to release that. We're basically trying to pull from just the group's collective and kind of try different games out. And basically there's like 1 week where it's just a practice week, go for it, give it a shot, have fun with it. And then the second week is basically like the final week that's just kind of to see, hey, how much did you improve over the last 2 weeks? And obviously we're doing lobbies in between and practice nights and different things like that. So just different things to like introduce people to games that otherwise you might not necessarily play, but you wanted to play anyway. So that's kind of the idea. On the one end, I will say that like not all 4 of the games will be games that haven't gotten a lot of attention, but what I will say is that we definitely thought that this would be a good way for games that don't usually get a lot of attention in the group, but like we found out that a lot of people wanted to play in the group. It's a good way to support those games. So Sam Show is absolutely one of those games. We polled the group and more than half of the group was like, yeah, I'd love to play Sam Show. And otherwise nobody's talking about Sam Show. But when you poll a group, you find out that they all want to play Sam Show. You're like, oh, well, why don't we play Sam Show? The same was true for Uni, which is, you know, I think it's rising in popularity, but I also think that it's a little bit less recognized than BlazBlue and Guilty Gear in some ways. Maybe not BlazBlue at this point, but I really have to say that I'm very lucky to have the people who are in Collisions supporting what Collisions is. I will say this, like the quote Collisions crew, I mean formally it's like me, Kix, and Sony Brash, and that's mostly just like the guys who started it and kind of supported it financially when we were doing the hotel stuff. But really at this point, and this has been really cool, I mean, the whole community, if you will, is the Collisions crew. I mean, like, You yourself have done shoutcasting stuff for us. We've got other guys who are doing shoutcasting. We've got a guy who's volunteering as a DM right now. We've got people who are helping run lobbies. Like, we just have a lot of things that are happening, and the quote Collisions crew is really largely the community just saying, hey, like, I'm available to help out with this, and I'd love to help out with this or something like that. And so I think I'm really lucky to just be in that community, and to kind of, all I really do is kind of like facilitate that. So it's a really great group of people to be part of. So I absolutely think we are not right at home given the change in the online scene. Like, I think we have done the best that we can to adapt. When all of it first hit and we all went into quarantine, Collisions up to this point had been essentially an offline only event. And this Discord really just kind of supported it and helped us kind of communicate with each other in between. The Discord has become kind of a hub and a home. I want locals to come back, and I think we all want locals to come back. But at the same time, it's like we formed this little cool online pod, and it's functioned as a second home. I know for myself, and I hope for others as well. The future of things going forward, I think it's really tough, if I'm being really honest. I really do. I mean, we were joking coming in here about the idea that, yeah, we'll see you fall 2021. And some of that is definitely a joke, but it could very well be true. I mean, who knows when people are going to be comfortable again? Who knows when we reach our, quote, new normal again? And so I think in the meantime, it's really just important to kind of take it day by day. If fighting games are still making you feel good, and you're still building relationships and building connections with people, that we still like foster that, and that people still provide avenues for people to do that and to enjoy these games together, you know? Maybe it starts with like house tournaments. Maybe it starts with like less than 10 tournaments, and then we slowly move it up to 20 or something like that. I think all of those things, just knowing that that's possible, I think there's some hope there, and I think that helps a lot. The best way to sign up for the tournament, I would say, is actually to go to collisions.squarespace.com. And again, that's collisions.squarespace.com. From there, I would go to our Discord, because our Discord really holds the mass of where our sign-up links are. Come hang out with us, play games, play some lobbies, and then sign up for our tournament there.